Hey guys, welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your Sunday podcast. I have to remember all the days. I'm your host, Khalid Mohideen. Sorry for the massive delay. We were having technical difficulties over here on this side, so I couldn't get the stream up as fast as I wanted to. Thank you guys for patiently waiting in the back end for us because we want to just go ahead and do the show as quickly as possible and get you guys going because this is going to be the time for you to lay back, sit back. If you're in bed already, reading or whatever the case may be, put that book down. Come watch Cricket Fanatics Magazine because this is now the time for you guys to speak to us, have a chat with us. We're going to be talking not only cricket, we're going to be talking, as you can see, that we're going to talk about various things that interest us. I want this show to be about my guests. Whoever I bring on as my co-host, we're going to have a conversation, and our personalities are obviously going to show. Our other interests that we have are going to show too. So that's what the show is about. So everybody can get a little bit of everything. So let's get Ravi on the show. He's going to be joining me today. Welcome to the show, Ravi. Great to see you again. Let's get
Hi.
into it. How was your week? How was your weekend?
This week has been rough, eh? Work-wise and studies-wise, been absolutely manic, but good to see a bit of cricket on TV at a domestic and international level. And yeah, the Schneider cut, as we know, came out very recently, so that also keeps me a bit preoccupied. And my age is showing a bit. Generally, I don't even last half an hour trying to watch a scene or part of the movie at least. So that's a bit of a challenge. I think 4 years ago when the movie originally came out, I lasted a bit longer. But anyways,
Yeah. Yeah. So for the people that haven't watched it yet, I know you might be put off by the 4 hour timestamp on it. Don't be. The way Snyder cut the movie itself, he did it in sections, I would say. So you will be able to watch it one, part two, part three, part four within the actual movie. And then you don't have to watch the entire movie as a whole. Yes, you have to. Of course, you do. You have to, of course, watch the whole movie as a whole if you want to really get the flow of it. But there will be no harm in actually watching part by part like you'd watch a TV series. So that would be excellent to actually see it like that. To me, I think that it was much better, obviously, than the original by far. And Snyder saved this particular Justice League. But I'm still feeling a bit iffy about the way DC has approached everything. But that's a massive conversation for a massive time in another slot, maybe where we can go into DC's history. But from the answer is yes, he did save the Justice League. He saved this particular movie. He obviously, basically, the timing is better. The acting was better. I won't say better because it's the same, but the extra scenes made it better. So the flow of the movie was better. But if you have 4 hours, you're supposed to. You're supposed to have done that. So that's the crazy thing. Shad is asking, what's the Justice League? Justice League is a DC movie or a DC superhero group containing Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Cyborg, and the Flash. There's other guys also that come in the comic books, but obviously we're not going to really talk about it because I don't want to really spoil it for everybody that hasn't watched it yet. So we're not going to give a spoiler review over here for this one. But Ravi, do you feel, just answer the question before we get into the cricket side of things, but do you think that Snyder saved the Justice League? Did he save this particular movie?
definitely, without question, because I told you when I watched the 2017 version, I think much like other fans throughout the world, I felt a bit unsettled. I felt like, it was an incomplete experience. The Superman debacle with the mustache that just put everyone off, especially myself. And I just love the work they put into it. I think everything that they've done, it wasn't just like a rehashing or recutting of a movie. They actually put significant thought into it. They shot extra footage, I think about 45 minutes to an hour and a half, if I understand
Mm.
correctly, of extra scenes, if you will. So that for me speaks volumes about the man that is Zack Snyder. And I think the reason why they did it is just because they wanted to breathe some life into the DCEU. They're obviously planning ahead in the future as well. And I think lastly, I think Ben Affleck did justice to his portrayal of Batman, and as did Jared Leto. But we'll talk about that a bit later.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about it a little bit later, but let's get into some more of the Proteas talk because I really want to talk about that. We know that Pakistan and they're all in the bio bubble. All the Proteas players have been tested negative for COVID-19. So they're all fine. Everybody's fine. So they're all going into the bubble clear. That's great from that perspective. So that we're not going to have any people pulling out because of COVID. At least they have the full squad in the bio bubble now and they can control everything from there. I've got a little clip for you that I want to play for you. It's a small clip that is on the channel as well. It's the Proteas' first training session. I'm going to add it right now to the stream so that you guys can watch part of it. So this is obviously when they arrived. It's just some of it that you can see over here. You can hear Andrik Nokia's obviously speaking as well. Yeah, so Ravi, we can talk about it a little bit of what we're seeing over here as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. Click that notification bell. I see a lot of people are tuned in. You know, the little team huddles that you can see over here is also excellent to see. I mean, I just love to see the Proteas in action. Mainly, that's my main thing. And I'm so excited that we're going to be able to see this. Who are some of the players that you're looking forward to?
Definitely Lazard Williams. I got excited when I saw his name on the sheet.
Yeah.
Because I feel he was one of the standout performers in the MSL T20 as well. In 2019, at least we didn't have one last year. And definitely in the domestic cup competitions, I thought he bowled reasonably well. And I think he's definitely prospered. He's definitely earned this spot, as it were. And another guy I'm looking forward to seeing, obviously it's a familiar face, Temba Bavuma, but this time as a captain. So it's going to be quite interesting. I think it's the 3 one-day internationals and 4 T20s if memory serves. So that's going to be something interesting to watch. And obviously Vian Mulder as a one-day international player as well. I know he's played a string of games already, but I have a feeling he's going to play quite a significant role in that respect, coming in as a bowling all-rounder, coming in at 7 or 8 towards the end of the innings. And I see Aiden Markham has earned the call-up once again in the white ball team. So that's going to be also very interesting to see. I think they're obviously planning ahead. They're looking at the tournament at the end of the year. They're looking at next year as well. And obviously the 50-over competition when it next occurs.
Yeah, I'm just going to look over here about some news with regards 3 days ago it broke that Pakistan players test negative for COVID-19 ahead of the South Africa tour. I just want to try and see if there's any news stories going around about someone testing positive, as you guys saying in the comments. If you guys know about it, let me know who the player is, or obviously they probably won't release who the player is, but let me know if that is true, if someone has tested positive for COVID. I know that they said that someone about a week ago, they said a member of Pakistan's touring team party did test positive. So let me know if you guys do see anything up to date now. I haven't gotten any updates from Pakistan yet on their tests yet. We obviously, I would like to see that, of course. We would like people to obviously send that to us if it's possible so that we can know what's going on with regards to their camp. So you can obviously see them training over here a little bit. I'll just skip forward a little bit to some of the net session. I think if that's later on, I think. Obviously got V and Mulder walking there. Here's some of the net session going. Really awesome to see this, to have this footage. So thank you to Sipakazi and the CSA team for organizing this footage for us to be able to see what's going down. Here's V and Mulder in the picture, of course. Excellent to see that and see him in action. I would love to see him play, obviously, in the T20s as well. That will be excellent from my point of view. It's one of my favorite youngsters coming through the system, of course. Um, so yeah, if you want to watch the full video, guys, please go ahead and go to our channel that is available there too. I'm just going to bring up the fixtures for everybody so that they can see what's happening. Like Ravi said, there is 4 T20s and there's 3 ODIs. They're obviously starting in Supersport Park Wanderers. All of the games are going to be played there in a biosecure environment, so that the distance that they travel is not going to be that far. Similarly to Newlands, I mean, when they played against England, it was between Newlands and Paul that they moved between. Similar situation over here. It's about the same distance from Supersport Park to the Wanderers, I think, in kilometers. So they're going to be doing that, of course. Now, the ODI squad I'm going to bring up for you right now, Ravi. We can actually speak about the ODI squad over here, the two of us. Like you said, I would obviously like to hear what you think about it. Who you'd like to see? For me, in this ODI squad, I would really like to see Aiden Markham get an opportunity. I still think he's our best ODI player, 50 over player in domestic cricket. So, with regards to his averages, the strike rate, the way he's played over the years, Aiden has been lethal. I mean, if you're gonna use a term of a year, he has been the Titans of Superman, you know, if you're gonna use any Justice League terms over here, because whenever he's played for the Titans, he's won them already. I think 2 trophies already in the momentum arena for the Titans. He's batted excellently. Coming back, he scores like 300-400s on the trot. Been excellent in 50 over cricket. I want to know what you guys have to say in the comment section. Let me know. But you know that we can't read all your comments all the time, so you guys know what you need to do. There's a super chat is now on. You guys can go to the super chat, get your comments highlighted so that we can talk about it. We know Sasanda Magala. I'm interested to see whether he's going to play, if he's obviously with regards to if there's any issues with his fitness or not. I don't know, but before they spoke about fitness issues, I'm hoping that he's not, that he doesn't have the same issues during this particular time around, because I really want to see him play. Andile Pekwayo needs to get some form, because he hasn't really been in the top form that we know him in the recent domestic competitions. I would like to see Vian Mulder, of course. Who else over here that is newish? I want to see Quinton the Cock back in action for obviously the Proteas. That's very important. I would love to see that too. In that ODI squad that you saw right there, Ravi, who are the guys that you're saying that you're interested in seeing?
Yeah, no, definitely. We mentioned some of the names from earlier.
Calvareno, shit.
Well,
Cobra's players of the year. Please.
Yes, no,
as well.
Calvareno definitely needs to play. So that's what another point I wanted to make tonight is that I just hope he's not going to be there carrying drinks again. That is my main concern. Obviously, Quinton de Kock isn't the guy that you can easily sub in or drop at any given point. I mean, he's one of our standout players, without question. But I would really like to see Kyle Verena get given a shot here. I think that there's a reason this time around he's in the squad. Sasana Magala as well. I know that there's rolling concerns around his fitness, but the man proved in the recent T20 series, as well as the Momentum One Day Cup as well, that he's definitely there. He's more than just a placeholder for the likes of Kagiso Rabada. In fact, the man was opening the bowling with him. So that speak, and of course Dale Steyn gave a glowing endorsement of Sasanda Magala when he was playing for the Cape Town Blitz all the way back in 2018. So exciting times ahead. I'm really happy to see that squad. I think it's a fair squad. I think there's one critique I'll make, Khalid, is that I feel it's like it's another opportunity granted to JJ Smuts. I feel that they've tried and tested him out for a long enough period, and I think it's time that we, in my opinion, we close the book on him. I'm sure there's some people that might feel differently out there as well. I can see the merit of having him there, but the way I see it, if you're going to go out for 10 or 15 runs and you can spin the ball quite extensively, you may as well invest that same amount of time and energy in recruiting Keshav Maharaj and place him at batting at the number 9. At least you know you're guaranteed 15 to 20 runs at that stage of the innings, and then obviously he could take a couple of sticks for you as well.
I was also hoping that they would. Sorry, I was hoping that they would reward good form as well with regards to, especially the Black African bowlers. Now I know Junior Dallas in the squad. Um, he turns it on and turns it off. He's been inconsistent, but domestically, there's been a lot of guys that have put up their hands that could take Junior Dallas' spot with regards to Budaza, Pele, maybe another all-rounder. You can have Unke Nyako maybe. That's another option. You have Aya as well, who's an all-rounder who can do both. Ethan Bosch, Corbin Bosch, is there available too. But I think trusting Junior Dala is something that someone who Mark Boucher is used to. He's someone that he trusts. So obviously, you're going to see some of that happening. Guys that Boucher knows well, he's obviously going to pick some of those people. Dex, excellent, bro. Excellent. Annika Bosch should be playing for this team because she's been excellent in the Proteas setup. Wow, Proteas woman, she's been excellent. Great batter to watch. I love watching her bat. Now you guys know, obviously, I'm just going to give you a quick insight. Friday evening, we went to the Cobras Awards, and I got an opportunity to hand out an award, which was very surprising to me that I was asked to do so on the evening of the awards. It was for Fans Player of the Year, and this is because of all of you guys. So I represented all of you guys that have been supporting this channel, and all of you guys that have voted for Kyle Verreynne. Kyle Verreynne, it was fitting that it was for Kyle Verreynne. So that I added the award to. And I got an opportunity to do like a live from the Cobras, which was excellent. I got guys just chipped in and came in at random. I didn't know who they were going to pick, who they were going to bring, apart from maybe one or two. But majority of the time, guys just sat down next to me. Nabila did a great job to go find them and tell them to come over. They sat down next to me, and then I had to do like an improv, basically interview with them and chat to them. It was very fun to watch them, a little bit more calm. That wasn't an interview, to get the banter going. Tony and Carl, I mean, the banter between the two. Tony is such a funny guy. I must bring Tony on a Sunday podcast with me one day now to get him to chat to us, because he'll be excellent.
I heard he's quite a funny guy.
Yeah, no, Tony's excellent. He great personality. And the things that he likes and stuff like that, I can really relate to a lot of the things that he likes. Although he schools me on a lot of things as well, with regards to hip hop and things like that. And his taste for hip hop is excellent. So I need to have a conversation with him and share playlists. Guys, get involved with the super chat, bottom left hand corner, the live chat, if you want your comments to be read out on this show. I can't get to all of your comments because I'm busy talking to Ravi, of course, and I'm focusing on talking to him, and it's very difficult for me to get through all of your comments. I'll try to read some of them. Michal Pretoria should be in the, where is the question? It disappeared. Here we go. Michal Pretoria should be in the ODI side. That is interesting. Michal is a very talented all-rounder, I think. I think he hasn't showed you guys what he can do with a bat yet. So that's something that we need to see. Great comment here. Annika Bosch was fire against India. Sad to see a bat with worms. She didn't sponsor with any of equipment company. Oh, she didn't get a sponsor with any equipment company.
Yeah. No name brand.
Yeah. Yo, Ravi, can you just connect once again? There's like a distortion coming from your side. I'll see you now again. Guys, I'll read out. So while we're waiting for Ravi, I'll read out the T20 squad for you guys again. But remember, the guys that are tuned in, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell for all future videos, please. You guys have to do these things. Let's grow this channel. It's growing slowly but surely. I'm a bit stiff, guys. I played my first cricket game in I don't know, 5 to 3 years, 2 years. Must have been 2 years now, like a proper cricket game, not like a like my friend put the two teams together. It was 30 overs for me. I bowled 4 overs on the trot. Didn't go for much runs, I must say. I'm very happy about the bowling performance. Got run out, unfortunately, like a typical South African. So that's unfortunate. But it was a lot of fun to be out in the sun and to play some cricket again. Hopefully, we'll get another game going. Don't worry, COVID protocols were met and were looked everything sanitized, all of those things, keeping social distancing, no spit on the ball, all of those things were adhered to. So don't worry about that. Ravi's back, and I'll get him back when he's taking a massive gulp.
Yeah, after a 3 over spell, you just have to hydrate as much as you can.
I was hoping that you were going to bring it down and say from our sponsor, but okay, not yet. Not yet for those type of things.
From our sponsor, Clicks. No, we won't mention Clicks yet. No, absolutely. So I wanted to make a quick comment about the 4-day competition. I know we're talking about white ball. Did you see the collapse from the Titans today?
I didn't get to watch any of it.
My goodness, they were bowled out for 40. What is it? They were bowled out for 53. They bowled out for 53, and they're trailing the Dolphins by 150 runs at the moment. They followed on naturally, and they're 92 for 4. So we're at one point.
Who took the wickets?
I'll tell you. So Brian took a fifer. Our friend from the Dolphins. He took a fifer. In fact, he's got 7 wickets for the match overall. So needless to say, that wicket is turning quite a bit, and Aiden Markram is sorely missed from the team.
Thanks for all the updates, guys, and thank you for that update on the 4-day. I'm going to speak to Abai as well. He'll probably be doing the 4-day wrap. I'm going to have to chat to him and ask him if he's going to be doing that at the end of the game, because it's a final. I think that it's better to just talk about the game as a whole, because we don't have to wrap you up about other games that are happening. So it's better to actually do a full report of the whole game as a whole. Dex asking me, I'm always going to ask Dex these questions because Dex contributes to the super chat. So I will always answer his questions, even if he doesn't pay a super chat. Khalid Kermichal bowl up to 145 plus. I've seen him clock 145. I'm not sure how fast he can go to. I don't know how. We have to actually ask a bowling specialist how fast a player can get and how much quicker they can bowl, especially because he's only 24 now, I think. So I think there's another 2 years before he hits his prime, or a year or two till he hits his prime properly. So could he get faster in that period? It's very possible, I think.
I think so. I think it's pretty damn quick. You should actually ping some of your Cobras buddies from the last night. Ask them how fast Miguel. I can attest. I've also seen the speed gun used on him is about 142, 143. But I presume he can crank it up beyond that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So from that perspective, I think we covered majority of the domestic stuff. Let's talk a little bit about the T20 squad, because I think that one is the most exciting one for all of us, because there's a whole lot of newbies in that side. I would love to see the guys on the picture. Lazard Williams, Vian Libber. Definitely want to see them play. There's no doubt about that. Carl Verreynne, of course. I think that will be an excellent opportunity for him. I'm hoping that he'll play the whole tournament because, I mean, he's obviously a wicketkeeper in the side. Heinrich Klaassen, he's also a wicketkeeper as well. So
is the cock sitting this one out? He's sitting the T20 out.
Yes. So, to quick explanation to the guys that don't know, that there's, because of the IPL, they all leave. So for the T20s, they'll leave for the IPL. And to go into that bubble. So a lot of them won't be playing in this particular T20 leg of the tournament. So of this series, sorry. So as you can see, obviously all the guys that are not in the IPL are in this particular setup. So obviously I would like to see Bjorn Fortuin, Janneman Malan, the Brain Champs in our guys who number 1 T20 spin in the world, which is excellent from that perspective. I don't know if the rankings are still exactly the same. Oh yes, to you guys out there as well. Yeah. I'm gonna get your question now. I just want to ask to tell the guys out there that they know. We are going to be doing a full wrap up of the England India tour tomorrow, and we're going to do it earlier for the guys from India because you know that we do it at 8, and I know that it's 3 hours difference and all of those things, and you guys are very diligent, and thank you for all your support. But I thought because it's for you guys, I'm going to do it at 6 in our time, so that is 9 your time. I think that's a better time, so you can have the last little bit of talking to us. Even the guys from Pakistan, your last, you can get us before you go sleep and go doo-doo. Then you can go. We can get rid of us. We can be the last voices that you hear. I think Ravi's laughing because he probably says that word a lot to his kid.
Pretty much hit the nail on the head there. I wanted to ask a question because my brother-in-law actually posed it to me much earlier in the day. What's the story with Imran Tahir? Because last I checked, he retired obviously from Test quite some time ago, and one day internationals. That retirement took effect with JP during the World Cup in 2019. Yet you were still considered as a possible selection for T20s. What's the exact status there? Because the way I see it, they're not going to play you. Are they closing the book on it, or what's the situation? I mean, you're here to the ground on these sort of things. Like what's going on?
I don't know what they're doing with Imran, to be honest. It's shocking to me that he's not in the setup, and I'm sure that if they call him up now tomorrow, he'll fly down to come play. My understanding is that maybe they've seen everything they need to see from Imran, and they don't need him to play in this match so they can give some other guys an opportunity, especially the guys like Shamsi and that didn't get to play as regularly when he was in the side. And with regards to Keshav as well for ODIs, he didn't get an opportunity a lot because of Shamsi and Imran. It would be strange to see for me if they don't pick him for the World Cup, because he's one of the names that I know for a fact wants to play for the country whenever he gets an opportunity. So it will be very strange if they don't pick him for the World Cup. I know Imran personally, that he is the type of guy that would want to play every single game for South Africa if he's called upon. I don't think he's the type of guy that would say, no, I want to rest, or no, I don't want to go play overseas. If his country calls him, I feel that's the vibe I've always gotten from him. So just to give you guys that sort of understanding. Ashwani asked me if Hardy, what is Gerald Coetzee not in the in the 2020 squad? I think it's because he needs to get regular game time for the Knights first. He's been in and out of injuries. He hasn't been finding a good rhythm currently. We will do a catch up with him to find out where his head's at. I'm going to try to get him on the show, and then we can get a catch up with all of you guys so that you can get that catch up, so you can get an understanding on what his buzz is. So guys, I don't want to talk about India, England today, because obviously we're going to do that tomorrow at 6. So don't hate me that we have to wait extra day. I'm getting a special guest on the show, 2 from England, 2 from India, so we can get a nice little conversation going over there on that, and see what comes out of that. Ravi, I think we said everything that we could about the Proteas so far. Hoping to see some smart cricket from them. Just smart, not smart aggressive. Smart, just smart cricket. That's it.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the same. I much like you, I share the enthusiasm for the T20 team specifically. Some exciting prospects. I don't think they would be selected. Again, I don't think these guys are selected as placeholders. I just hope for Kyle Verena's sake and morale, they actually select the guy, because he's done everything he can from his side. He's clearly got confidence from the fans and the confidence from the selectors. Now it's up to the team to actually consider him as a start in the starting lineup, as it were. I just hope they do the right thing and pick him. You're on mute, my brother.
Now we just can wait for the games to go. I think we all happy with everything that we are doing. So I'm going to answer this question. I don't like to talk too much about transformation, but we had Patrick Moroney on the show a week ago. He spoke about transformation and how it works with regards to selection. It happens over a period of time, guys. So don't get hopped on that we have to play a certain amount of players in a particular match. Everybody that they pick are the best players that are available. They balance it out as the year goes by, based on what is important games, what are not important games. They balance it out so that they can get the numbers right. But it's over a period of time and over all three teams. So it's not just the test team, then only the ODI team, and then only the T20I team that needs individual transformation. The transformation is over all three teams. So they will weigh it up and balance it over a season. So that's how they take it. That's why we had a 7-4 split in the test series. We didn't have a 6-5 like it was supposed to be. We had obviously a 7-4, so obviously in favor of white players, not players of color. So you can do that in South African cricket. It's over a period of time. So guys, please just go do your research and then go listen to what Patrick Moroney said. The exclusive interviews on our channel in the exclusive interview section. He speaks about it over there, gives us some insight because he's a national selector. So he can give you a better understanding of how the quota system actually worked. Over the period, they give you a basic understanding of how it is. It's obviously two black African players, and 6 players of color. So you can pick 2 black Africans or 6 black Africans if you want to. Or you can pick 2 black Africans and 4 colored players. You can pick 3 and 5. 3 and 5. 3 and 3. So it's up to you, up to the coaches and the staff to decide how many they're going to be picking. But that's the quota system at the moment, but it's over a period. So remember that. Just remember that it's over a period. I think you said from the 1st of January to the 31st of December. I think it's over a year. So it's over a calendar year, I think. How they look at the ratios accordingly, in percentages and how many percentages we met. So I'm not gonna, Shadi, I'm not gonna answer any India England questions tonight. That's for tomorrow's show. Just to let you know. Dex again saying, I hope Proteas play ODI cricket with the kind of mindset when AB was skipper, fearless and aggressive. Scored loads of 400s under his captaincy. I think it's the players around ABA. I don't think it was his captaincy necessarily that got them to score those type of games, to be honest.
Please have a show where we don't talk about ABA again. I love the man, but we're going to sit here for another hour if we talk about AB. AB out. I know there's mixed views around that. Wow.
Yeah. There are some positives and negatives from the quota system. I agree. There are some positives and there are some negatives. It needs to be in place. I still think personally, though, that it should be more enforced at a lower level. I think top schools should implement it a lot better. I think the top schools should give more opportunities to players of color to be able to get sports scholarships, etc., so that they can get opportunity to even play. When I look at certain players, especially white players from rich areas, when they get private coaching, then they just listen to this. This is a scenario I like to talk about. So you have a player from the township, and then you have a player that is from a good area, that goes to a good school in South Africa, and he's white, right? He gets an opportunity to have a private coach when he's a kid. Then after his private coach, he makes the province team. So say now under 11 province team. He gets a provincial coach. Then he goes to a top school like Rondebosch or Bishops or Sachs, and he gets a good coach there too, whether he's in the B team, whether he's in the A team, whether he's in the C team. He gets a decent coach all 3 levels. So that's 3 top coaches, right, that he gets. Then he makes it into a provincial senior team. He gets a great coach there too. Some of the other kids go to non-playing cricketing schools. By the way, they play for the club, so they get a club coach too. That's 5 coaches that they see through their career until they hit franchise level. A player from the township doesn't go to a good school. School probably doesn't even play cricket. So you'll get a local coach that is at a cricket club that he plays, maybe, if he plays for a cricket club and he can afford to pay a cricket club to obviously the certain amount of money that they have to pay to join a cricket club. He has to get donated kit because he can't afford it. His parents can't afford it. So he doesn't get any coaching until he gets to the Western Province team. That's the first time whenever he gets an opportunity to play for Western Province. It might only be at senior level that he plays Western Province for the first time. That's the first time he gets a decent coach. So now you're going to tell me that it's 5 generations of coaches you're facing against one coach. Do you not think that there's going to be a gap in development over there? Especially if you're coming from nothing and you have no income or money, or your parents don't have any money. So I think that top schools from a primary school level already need to invest in giving scholarships to the kids, young kids that can give them opportunities. Let them live in the boarding house. Let them get extra tuition if they want to get if your academics is a problem, if their language barrier is a problem. They can learn a language when they're younger. Kids learn languages much easier when they're younger, at a younger age. So if they need to have English to get into the high school, have a 5-10 year plan for that kid. Help him. Give him someone that can guide him. And not only one, get them guide 5, 6, 7. Let them come through the system. Maybe they get picked up by a massive high school and their careers flourish. Just give them the same opportunities. That's all we want. It's just the same opportunities for a rich kid that lives in a rich area to a poor kid that lives in a poor area that has all the talent in the world but has never gotten the coaching to promote that. We speak about it in our latest issue of the magazine. What is needed? Why we need those systems in place at that level. So guys, go ahead and subscribe to that magazine. It's 100% free. So it's not going to cost you a cent. And there's some great articles in that magazine. So the link is on the screen and in the description as well. So please go ahead and do so that you guys can also learn about the game in South Africa, because this is obviously a South African channel. Will Janneman play in the ODIs and which number? I think he'll open in the ODIs. And I think Bavuma will bat 3. That is my, how can I say, that's what I would do.
I would agree with you. That's the only way I see Aiden and Janneman playing in the same game. 2 of them open. Actually, hold on. Quinton is going to have to open, isn't it? And Aiden will have to come in the middle order.
Aiden at 4.
Okay, yeah. 3. Bubuma, 4, Aiden, and then your middle order. Rassi. Faf is obviously not there anymore.
Heinrich maybe. Or you can...
I like Heinrich up the order. That's a good idea.
Yeah, so guys, I think that's all we have for you guys today. Ravi, anything else you want to say? I know we talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League at the beginning of the show, because we want to get you guys hooked. Have you watched Mandalorian yet?
I haven't. I want to, because as a kid, watching the Star Wars franchise, I was always a fan of Boba Fett. He was always one of my favorite characters and very understated in the initial Star Wars trilogy, episodes 4 to 6. He was heavily understated. And I was kind of glad that in Attack of the Clones, they kind of unpacked his origin story in The Man of Steel. But The Mandalorian, I think, does justice to it. So I haven't as yet. I'm looking forward to seeing a bit of Baby Yoda. I've been seeing him in memes for the last year and a bit. And looking forward to it.
I'm not going to spoil anything for you, bro. I just want to give you an insight that it's between episode 6 and episode and Rogue One happened before, so 6 after episode 6. I think that's when it takes place, if I remember
Rogue One is
correctly.
actually my favorite Star Wars movie, funnily enough.
Rogue One was excellent, eh?
Rogue One was superb, and there wasn't a lightsaber involved, which was interesting. I would have to just put it up. I actually preferred Rogue One ahead of the other recent Star Wars movies from 2015 onwards. Daisy, Ridley. I really really enjoy that new trilogy, but Rogue One, I have to say, stood out for me as one of the better movies.
Yeah, like the new trilogy for me was like I liked the first one. The last one was alright. The second one I didn't because it was a completely different vibe to the rest because it was a completely different director as well. It, like was a completely different movie. It didn't like follow on for me. It's like you're watching one movie and then it switches to a completely different movie, and then obviously JJ Abrams comes back for the last one. So uh, that was my. I felt that they messed it up the trilogy. Like I really liked the first one. Yo, I watch it over and over again. The
You
Force
like?
Awakens is something I watch again.
Did you enjoy Solo? Because I only watched a bit of it. I never watched the full Han Solo.
I didn't watch Han Solo.
Yeah, he was also one of my favorite characters, man. But I heard that movie bombed in a big way.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
Yeah, that's on my list, but I'm not that enthusiastic about it. I'd rather watch the Schneider cut again.
I'm not gonna watch it again. It's 4 hours of my life that I won't do it again. I do it once, so it's something I'll watch again. I'll watch the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe episodes again before I watch the Justice League again. Just for me, there's still a lot of flaws in the Justice League movie, and even though they fixed a lot of stuff, I still think that it's almost like a ego movie where Zack Snyder's like, you see, if I had, but then you're not gonna have. So it is what it is. You left us with a whole lot of Easter eggs for future movies that he's not gonna get. So what's the point? This movie this ends. It's like my point is that what
Never
is the
said
point?
that.
I don't think
Never
they
said
did it right from the start. So
Remember,
they,
I
I
thought
think they have no understanding. They have no understanding of how to thread a story together. That
but
is
I
my
think,
problem.
yeah, I think it's got the makings of it this time around. The 2017 version, the we didn't cut. There was no makings of that. There was no continuity. It was all over the place. And I think what's happened is that they took a broken movie in most respects, and they tried to make it a cinematic masterpiece that does connect the dots in a very
Oops. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
you like my MBA class. If you don't like what I said, you just mute my button.
Sorry, that was a mistake.
Oh, it's fine. What I was going to say as well is that never say never. James Gunn, remember, he was sacked from doing the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 movie. And when they started shooting, they ended up bringing him back after a bit of a back and forth and a debacle there. They still brought him, in spite of him doing a DC movie. He's doing the Suicide Squad as well at the moment, which I'm really looking forward to seeing because it's James Gunn. He's one of my favorite directors. And I don't think the book is closed on Zack Snyder. I read an article that Ben Affleck is willing to return as the Batman in a full-on Batman movie, provided Zack Snyder is directing the movie, which for me is exciting because I was, while I'm excited about Robert Pattinson's one coming up now, I think they also headed in a different direction, which is great. There is one movie I've been looking forward to seeing is Ben Affleck's take on it, because there was references to her death in the family, one of the most infamous DC graphic novels ever known. So I was looking forward to seeing that especially, and I don't think that's a direction that Matt Reeves is taking.
For me, I think for if I was gonna set up personally, if I was gonna set up Justice League, I would have done a origin of Wonder Woman, which I did, origin of Superman, which I did, origin of Batman, which I didn't do. Right? I would have done that, get that out of the way to introduce the new Batmans. You didn't have to do the origin stories. So what I mean by origins is how they got to the point where they needed to start the Justice League. Because obviously there must be a reason why you come together, right? All of those stories needed to meet up of how they came together. Why did they start it? Which they tried to do all in one Justice League movie. Because there's not enough time for it. 4 hours of it. That's why they had to use 4 hours to create a good story, right? Whereas if they did it with So Wonder Woman, you can give an origin because it's never been an origin before. Batman, you know Batman's origin. Same old crap over and over again. When Batman joins the Justice League, he's older. That's why they chose Ben Affleck. Superman has already been Superman for a long time when he joins the Justice League. That's how it's supposed to be. He had to have been, and then show why Batman and Superman hated each other. If you're going to make a Batman v Superman, and make that the last fight, don't make it a thing in the movie and then not complete it. So they mess it up. And then you can make a cyborg. You can make a cyborg origin because you haven't watched the cyborg origin, and a Flash origin, and then meet it together.
Cyborg's too weak a character. Flash is amazing storyline. You can do so much with the Flash. I agree. I see the Flash as a trilogy in the making there. You could do so much with it. It's very understated. I like the fact they did an origin story for Wonder Woman and Aquaman. And I think the reason why Batman didn't get one is that we all know the story. You're right. They're walking after the theater. Both parents get shot. Pa, pa. And there's been various iterations of that for the last 30 years. So no one wants to see that again. We know the story. What I am excited about is this whole, not extended universe, sorry, the split in the different time dimensions, different dimensions, the multiverse, the DC multiverse, as it were, where apparently Michael Keaton is coming back as Batman, which will be very interesting, and it's going to tie in with the Flashpoint paradox, which is going to be a box office hit. That much I can tell you.
Excellent. So yeah, I would have liked to see a movie version of The Killing Joke, and Batman being Ben Affleck in The Killing Joke, and then get a proper Joker to play the Joker, and have that elements of Batman shown. That would be excellent to see. Like that is that can be a cinematic masterclass, but I don't know if they're going to do something like that. I don't know, man. I just think they've messed up Batman. They've messed up the DCU with finding that connection. To me, I don't think I don't think it's at a point of recovery. Even though the Justice League was better than the original, I still think there's no way back. They have to set the slate clean and go a different direction with the Justice League.
You know what messed it up? It was BVS, Batman versus Superman. For me. I know what they were trying to do. They're trying to catalyze the whole movement, right? The Justice League coming together. But that for me cocked it up, because I think if they went straight into Suicide Squad, for me that would have been better, because then you would have had a nice rogues gallery of villains. And then you could have even referenced Lex Luthor's, that end credit where he ends up meeting Deathstroke. You could have had like another foray into when the Suicide Squad were all locked up again at the 2016 movie. You could have actually seen more villains pop up, and that could have been the impetus for the Justice League to come together. Local villains on Earth that are causing like damage, like a heist or something that you have to sort of break. I think they call it the League of Doom or something like that.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Like to tackle them first. Darkseid should be like the grand finale, kind of like how Thanos was with the MCU, with the Avengers storylines. Because it's a build-up. You're getting an understanding of who this guy is as time goes on. Darkseid, we're going straight into it. Boom, into the meat. And for me, I think the trick now is that they seem to have hindered themselves a bit now. Where do they take it from here? There's definitely some room for growth for the other brands like Shazam. Definitely another Man of Steel movie in the making. But I don't know how another Justice League movie can occur. I think they were trying to build continuity, but if you're fighting your greatest enemy straight off the bat, how is that going to work in the future?
Like, for one thing I can say from Mother, because I'm getting to Mother. What I liked about Justice League this version is Stephen Wolf. They improved him so much. They're from talking about mother the whole time when he was talking about the mother boxes was retarded in the first one. Whereas in this particular one, what I loved about it is they gave him a reason for why he wants to get these mother boxes, why he wants to collect them, because he wants Darkseid to forgive him because he messed up in the past, and he wants him to forgive him, and he's kind of been shunned. That was a great motivation, other than mother, and in the end you think it's his mother or whatever, then it's flipping mother boxes, which irritated the crap out of me. So they even made him look a lot better. But why do you need to first put that crap and then redo it for it to be something? You know what I mean? I think you get heavy minus points for that. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. A very different show tonight, and I want to be continuing our Sunday podcast like this. Whoever comes on the show, I want to get to know them. I want to hear what they enjoy doing, so that we can attract all types of crowds to cricket. A little bit of everything for everybody. That's what our Sunday podcast is all about. Don't forget to obviously like, comment, share, subscribe, click the notification bell for all future videos. Download the latest issue of the magazine. Link is on the screen and in the description. Go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all your updates. We have articles, features, so much things going down over there. Please support us by becoming a patron. The link is on the screen and in the description. If you want us to continue making great content, you guys need to aid us in doing so. So go ahead to the link on the screen or in the description to become a Patreon today. If you guys have a small business, or you know anybody that has a small business and you're looking to make sales online, even if your business is offline, we have a free guide in the description over there that you can click on, subscribe to it. You get a free guide on how you can get more sales and get more leads as a small business. Thank you, Ravi, for coming on the show. Thanks to all the fans that are out there, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow with another daily show. Remember, it's at 6 p.m. South African time. It will be 9 in Pakistan and in India. Thanks a lot for watching. See you guys very, very soon.